I'm Michael. Um, and you can find more of these if you go to. Wow, my internet just glitched. Wow. Okay, so I am Michael, and you're listening to Influencer Club here on Depictions Media Radio. So you can find more episodes, of course, at depictions.media. Um, and have no position to criticize you. And that is pretty true. Yeah, I'm sure that those of you who actually follow me, of course, on Community Living Radio and other venues that I speak or broadcast from, have heard me refer to the clown of a president, Donald Trump. He is the epiphany of failures and successes. He has bankrupted himself several times, and he's still worth billions of dollars. He's had several business collapses. He's done a lot of things, made a lot of mistakes, but he still rose up on top. He still became president of the United States. He still has Trump Industries, which is a worldwide organization. So, while I may not agree with him politically, I do have to say that the man learned to capitalize on his mistakes and failures. And this is something that we all can do. Don't wallow in the dirt because something didn't go well. Another person that I like to quote on this is, of course, Robert Kiyosaki. He said in one of his speeches that he has a graveyard for all of the failed businesses and projects that just weren't, like, if they weren't going to come to fruition, or they shouldn't have come to fruition because they were just bad ideas. So, you gotta sort through the, as I like to put it, the learning experiences so that you can get to the successes. Don't let a failure, or as I like to call it, a learning experience, hold you back. Push through it. Break it down. Analyze it. As I used to actually do myself. Put it through the mass spectrometer and analyze the damn thing until you figure out, hey, okay, I learned something here. I found the nugget. I wouldn't advise to dwell on it. Don't let it hold you back from other projects. Keep pushing forward. But it's something that you should actually learn from. Darren has a great point with this quote. I don't know if it's an original quote or if it was something he just found himself, but it's a great quote and it's a great thought, and it's something that we all should make sure that we follow. Don't let those failures hold you back. Don't be ashamed of them. Use them as assets. You'll figure out what I mean by using it as an asset when you have one and you're like, oh yeah, the light bulb moment comes and that's what happened. Well, I only really needed this part. Another great example of of business failures turned into business successes. I like to tell this story. It is a true story as far as I know. Milton Hershey, the creator of Hershey chocolates. Well, he didn't always start out. He didn't start out successful. That like, oh wow, he found great chocolate formula and he started selling it. Well, actually, as the story goes, he started out selling candies, and they were chocolate dipped. And they were like caramels, and they were chocolate dipped. And he found this kid breaking off the chocolate and throwing away the caramel part. And he asked the kid, "Why did you just do that?" Because he's watching like this creation of his be destroyed and deprecated and thrown away. It's like, why would you do that? It's like, oh, well, that part there, it's nasty. It doesn't taste right. This is the good part right here. Did Milton Hershey pack it in and say, "I'm not going to make candy anymore"? No. Milton Hershey figured out what his asset was out of that product, and he ran with it. Milton Hershey created with the money that he made, he created a home for orphan boys in his time that actually exists as a top-notch school in Pennsylvania till today. And how many of you out there in the US and Canada have not had a Hershey bar? Come on, be for real. We all love them, right? Yeah. So there's lots of other stories out there. Hang your hat on the one that you really love. I could go on for 3 hours or more finding these stories that just rattle around in my head with Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronald Reagan, Walt Disney. I could keep going, but I think by now you get the idea. If there's a mentor that even if that mentor isn't somebody that you could ever meet in person, if there is a mentor out there that in your industry that could help you walk the walk that you need to walk, find out everything about them, not just their successes. Find out their failures and see how they rose from them. Find those who find out their points of suppression also, and see how they rose from those. In broadcasting, Oprah Winfrey. She wasn't born with a silver spoon, and look what she's done with Harpo Industries. So somebody to follow, right? I know I would love to follow in her footsteps of success in creating Depictions Media into Harpo, something like that, or Walt Disney, turning it into something like that. It can be done. If they did it, they've already blazed a path. But you can't just follow through with their successes. You have to see where their failures were too, and see what they learned from those failures. All right, enough on failures. Go out there, be successful. Don't be ashamed of your failures, of course. And don't be afraid to talk about your successes. Talk about them both. Talk about them both with pride. Talk about them both because they're all part of who you are. And that's the important part. So, it's time for me to go. I will talk to everybody later on. See you tomorrow.